what's up, you guys?
Hello.
Hellos. From another totally uneventful day here in Melbourne.
But it was, though.
It was.
Well, was it?
Yeah, I mean, ish. Well, anyways, so it's day 6 at the Australian Open. I'm Courtney. That's Ben Rothenberg. We are No Challenges Remaining. We're coming to you via Periscope from out in front of Melbourne Park. Once again, you can hear the train. You can possibly hear some Bernard Tomic and John Millman in the background as they're showing it on screens. So day 6. What was your big story from day 6, Ben?
Well, I was going to do a fascinating story about mixed doubles, but that will be on hold because I did something on Nigel Sears, coach of Ana Ivanovic, father-in-law of Andy Murray, father of Kim Sears. You know, just got very connected to the sport, especially the British side of things, being British. And he collapsed during the Ivanovic match early in the second set, caused about an hour of delay. And it was a scary time. I mean, everybody thoughts went out to him. It was one of those moments where you see, tennis being a community or a family or whatever. You see, everybody in the sport has some connection to him, or at least knows with one degree of separation at the very least from him.
Yep.
So everyone's hoping he was okay, and as news came back positive, a lot of people were very, very relieved because it was definitely a scary time. Yeah,
no, for sure. It definitely. It was hard to, talk about and analyze the Ivanovic match just because there was so much. You didn't know how much that incident was going to play in Anna's mind and Madison's mind,
right.
How it was just going to impact the match, and you obviously don't want that situation happening ever. And so it was a worrisome time. People were running around trying to figure out exactly what was going on. There was a lot of speculation, rampant speculation in some situations, but the word back is that he is. What?
He was doing okay. He was. The news was about as good as it could be. I think really he was alert, conscious, speaking. Doing well on his way to a hospital. So the match was delayed for about an hour. They two came back. Madison Keys won.
Yep.
After
pretty impressive win. Actually.
Yeah, Ivanovic was up 3-0 in the third and had this really huge celebration, towards Keys' box. It was confusing. I was in the stadium and it was very. I don't associate that kind of confrontational match behavior with her. Obviously it was an emotional night, but it was a little odd, or unexpected, I guess I should say. And then Madison Keys came back and won 6 of the next 7 games and won it. And it's a great opportunity for her because the draw in that bottom quarter, you guys.
Open.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
It's anybody's game in that bottom section. We also saw Zhang Shuai.
Although we say that. And 2 of the semifinalists from last year are in that section.
That's a good point. Yes, Madison Keys and Ekaterina Makarova.
Yeah.
Makarova's there, Konta's there, and Zhang Shuai, who pulled off an incredible win just in terms of performance over Varvara Lipchenko, which was really great. Interesting, just side note with respect to the incident during the Ivanovic match. None of Andy Murray, Madison Keys, and Ana Ivanovic did press afterwards, which is totally understandable from a completely human level, but with respect to Keys, it's a little bit tough because there are genuine questions with respect that I think everybody wanted to pose to her. They gave, apparently, according to Chris Clary, the tournament gave them an option whether to do press or not do press. If you give them options, they're never going to do press. It's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
So
the Madison thing, I think Madison's skipping or getting the chance to skip press or opting out, whatever. So, the other two I totally understand.
For sure.
They're very closely connected to Nigel Sears. I get it. Madison, not really. And Madison plays on this tournament. So she said, I heard she might do press tomorrow.
Okay, that's good because
that's too late. But
there were some concerns. I mean, just if you watch the match about whether or not she picked up an injury late in the second set, and all these sorts of things.
The thing that actually really bothered me, and this might show up on the Australian website. They might put up the transcripts of these too. But they did these interviews just with a tour person asking questions.
Yeah.
And they asked the most banal questions that are just untimely.
How great is the Australian Open? That's a question they posed to Keys. I'm like, no,
how is the support for the Australian Open crowd?
Question.
That is so tone deaf right now.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a bit frustrating.
So that's annoying.
And what's frustrating about that too is I think that those interviews, quote unquote, were posted to the website without anybody saying these weren't proper press conferences. These were just statements from the player in response to questions from a tour official.
Yeah. So
that's a little bit misleading, I think, because people are going to read that and be like, really? The press asked this? No, the press didn't ask any of those questions.
No.
So it was. So that was a bit of the story of the evening. Story of the day, Muguruza bowing out.
Streets.
Yeah, Streetsova doing her thing, and it's pretty impressive, actually.
So we got a question here from Wakiaru.
Yeah, sure.
What is up with Muguruza, Courtney?
Oh, what is up with Garbiñe Muguruza? I think she came in undercooked. I think that's the bottom line. I think that there are probably some questions about, kind of a Halep situation where maybe she was able to play without pain. I don't know. But, that foot injury did derail her training. It is going to cause some doubts. It probably makes you question your confidence a little bit. So, I'm definitely not a surprise that she came out. I didn't find it to be particularly surprising. Pliskova was a little